We can become Jeep people. You can't beat them.
You know how many Jeeps I see on the road now, too, that freaking just piss me off? What is it about Jeeps, do you think, that pisses me off? I don't know when it started, really. Maybe I've got, like, childhood trauma or something from Jeeps, bro.
You're, like, hit by one and forgot about it.
No. Oh, yeah, we did mention this. It was from that roommate that I had. He had a Jeep. Yeah. And that guy pissed me off so much, man. And he did it in a way where it was, you know those people who...
He's watching like 80s aerobic videos.
He was an 80s aerobic video. You know those people who like...
He's got like the armbands on.
Yeah. You know those people who are nice to you, but they piss you off, but they're like nice to you and like... He looked like Jeffrey Dahmer, too.
But was he actually... But he was a nice person. He just made you mad. He was legit like a nice guy.
Yeah. He was a nice guy, but he stunk. He left like crap in the refrigerator that was gross all the time. He didn't clean up after himself. He would bring his vehicle, his Jeep, into the garage and like do oil changes and stuff and leave oil on the floor. Like he wouldn't clean his stuff up. Like, but he would be nice to you, you know? So like he was a super nice human. So you go through this battle.
Oh yeah, you want to go get mad at him, and then he says something like, "Hey, Jared, your hair's looking pretty good today." Like,
he's just
hey, I'm supposed to be mad at you.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. It's tough to be pissed off at people like that when they act like they don't know what the hell's going on. They're like, I don't know, like they act like they don't know how badly they're pissing you off, even though it's on your face though. Like you can see on my face when I'm freaking pissed at you and I want to strangle you to death, and you're doing something, but then you look at me like you have no clue. And then you talk like we're having a normal conversation. You can't tell that all the dishes are in the sink, like disgusting and dirty. Like, how about I kill you right now? Is that going to fix our problem? That's what I wanted to say to this guy all the time.
Yeah, but you got to remember, he's probably not purposely doing it to like make you mad. He's probably
exactly. That's what pissed me off even more. He's not purposefully doing it, and he's oblivious to the fact that he's doing it.
That's maybe because how he was raised. So
it's not my problem.
Blame his parents.
No, that's not my problem. I blame you. You're responsible. He was a grown-ass adult, man. Okay?
Yeah. Maybe you just have high expectations.
To keep your house clean, is that a high expectation? You were talking about
this. Look at the world, man.
What about it?
You don't. I mean, I know I even do, and I'm probably just as bad as a lot of people, but I still have I expect more from. I guess you're trying to see it because you know how you are, and like you wouldn't do that to somebody else. Like I was talking about this the other day. I was talking about like because I got that like I was like, oh. But anyways,
can't go there.
Well, no, it's just you like people get in your space, and it's hard.
Yeah, it's very hard. It sucks.
But like when I was going, you're like, "Hey man, you can stay here," and like I felt bad for staying one night.
Oh, here at my house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, "No man, you don't gotta go here." I was like, but at the same time, like he's just saying it to be nice. Like I gotta get out of here.
I wasn't, by the way.
I can't do that to somebody because I feel bad because like I know how I am.
Well, see, yeah, that's
and
how
some
we
people,
are.
But not everybody's like that. Some people are like, they're like you said, oblivious to like what they're even doing because it's like it's just normal for them.
Yeah.
But you like, it's different for you.
Yeah, man. Like, it's like having a certain amount of situational awareness about you. Like, some people just don't have the damn situational awareness to understand when they're pissing somebody else off or they're inconveniencing somebody, and they just keep on doing exactly what they've been doing. No regard to the other person's feelings. And I know several people like that, and I don't understand why. I don't know what the psychology is behind why the hell you can't see it.
But are you telling him, or are you just like being mad?
No, and that's where I take personal responsibility. Because
he might not know why you're pissed.
Yeah, I'm just pissed internally, but I won't usually tell the individual. I just deal with it because I tell myself that it's a me problem. Like, I'm like, you probably shouldn't be upset about this, so don't say anything because this shouldn't upset you like this. But I'm not sure if it shouldn't upset me. Like, if someone's, I don't know. It depends
how you handle it. If you did, like, multiple times, like, hey, man, like, you got a bunch of dishes in the dishes. Like, could you, like, wash them? Like, if you did that multiple times and asked them to wash them, like, nicely, and he still doesn't do it, then it's a problem. But if you like never said something and you just expect him to do it, that's a different like. You almost had. It's because you also didn't say anything.
But why should I have to tell you to wash all of your dirty dishes?
No, but maybe he doesn't like.
He doesn't know.
Maybe
See,
he doesn't
that's
know.
what pisses me
but he doesn't
off.
know that it affects you. You know.
Well,
Maybe he sees you're pissed, but something else might be affecting you, like why you're mad, because you never know why someone's mad.
Well, where's my gun? He's about to know how pissed off I am and why I'm pissed.
But like I said, at work we were just talking about this, and I was with a guy at work, right, and he got mad, and I'm like, well, and in my head I'm like, is he like mad at us? Like I don't understand. Like, is he getting also pissed with us? Is it like multiple things? Is he mad about something else? I didn't ask him, but like. You know what I'm saying?
Should you ask somebody in that situation? Why are you mad, bro? How should you say that? Because
would you be mad if he asked you why you're mad?
I'm trying to think. If I was pissed,
would that have pissed you off?
No, I think if I'm pissed off to the extent that I'm maybe like throwing like a tantrum to the point where everybody knows that I'm upset. Like if you're mad and you're just quietly angry and no one really knows, that's a different thing. But if you're pissed and you're like aggressive and you're maybe throwing stuff and like people, you're making it very well known that you're angry. I think at that point you're like about to blow up, and you want to say something so badly. So if someone was to ask you, "Hey man, you all right? What's going on?" I think you want to tell them. So if you would ask someone like that when they're super angry,
but sometimes you want people to just leave you alone.
Well,
when you're mad,
they might just, if they walk away from you or tell you just don't worry about it, then you just leave it there.
Yeah.
But if they say, "Listen, I'm sick and tired," and then they go off into it, then you're like, okay, I did the right thing in asking. I think that's how I feel, at least.
Because like in my head, when like say we were working together, right? Like I think I'm a good worker and I'm doing like my job. So like when he's getting mad, it's like I don't think he should be mad at me for like what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah. So
I don't know if it was part of it or not.
Maybe you're the Jeep person, bro. You were pissing somebody off and you didn't know it.
Well, he's mad at his dad, I think.
Hey, you can't say that on air, can you?
He doesn't watch.
He doesn't care. Oh,
one person don't watch, but
all right.
Yeah, I don't know. Just bring it up since we're like talking about that. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Everybody's got anger problems.
I have
certain things get you, you know.
That's bad for your heart, man, to have anger issues, right? Don't you think you die earlier if you just go through your whole life? That's another thing I fight with all the time. I'm like, should I blow up and let this stuff out sometimes? Should I yell? Like, what should I do? I shouldn't hold it in because I feel like it's damaging me on the inside. If I'm pissed off and I just constantly hold it in and I don't tell people, I just quietly deal with it all the time, I feel like that's hurting me.
I think I've actually gotten better with it as I gotten older. Like when I was younger, man, I'd always punch things and like hit things and like there's times like even today I kind of got mad at work because like I'm working with like new people and like trying to like I'm getting like super frustrated. I'm like but then in like my head I was like, come on, man. I was like, you're better than this. You know, you gotta like take a chill pill.
Yeah.
Step back for a couple seconds. Just be like, all right, it's not that bad. Like, because it's hard. You got to think like you said, those people don't know they're making you mad. But like, you got to also remember like where I work, I've been there forever. And those people, like some of them people just start.
Are new, yeah.
And it's like, it's hard to conceive that sometimes. Like you forget about that part.
Right.
Like, it's like, okay, they haven't done this. Like they don't, like, look at how much time you've had here to like figure this out. Like you got to like remind yourself that sometimes, you know?
Yeah, but there's also like a base layer of like effort, right?
Oh, for sure. You can tell when people are lazy.
Yeah, and you can tell when someone is just completely, they're not even giving it. Because this is like for you and I, for instance, like when we start a job, I know this personally about myself, and I'm pretty sure I know this about you too. If you were to start a job, you want to do it right. Like you're the guy that's going to try to put in the extra effort to make sure that you're not effing everything up right off the bat. Like you don't want to be people to look at you a certain way, like, oh, he's the lazy guy. You don't want that title, right? So you work.
I'm probably harder on myself than other people.
Exactly.
Like if I mess something up, I get real pissed at myself.
Right. You work your ass off so you don't have that image or that persona or whatever. Like you don't have that
become a perfectionist.
tab,
which sucks.
yeah.
It's also a bad thing.
Yeah, it sucks to be that guy because you end up working so much harder than you feel like you have to or you should have to a lot of times. But then when you see someone else who won't do, you're like, don't you care that I think you're a piece of shit? Like, it doesn't seem to bother you that I'm looking at you and you don't realize that I told you all you have to do is do this today and you couldn't even do that. Like how it wasn't even hard. This was the easiest thing in the world. I showed you everything. I gave you all the tools. I explained it to you perfectly. I even helped you on several occasions. And you still, I'm seeing you over there. You're texting like you're goofing off. You're not. You're taking your smoke breaks. Like it's like, and you don't have that situational awareness to look at everybody else looking at you and go, oh, I'm the problem on this team. Like that drives me nuts. And I think that's righteous indignation. That's righteous anger, I think. I think that's a good response for us to be upset about that.
Because I even put out, like today, like for instance, I worked today. I was like, hey, I even tried to stay positive before we started. I was like, let's go out there, get this done. We can go home. And it's like, and you'll get paid for the whole day. Let's just go get it on. Let's go home.
Yeah.
Like it's not that hard. And there's still like 2-3 people. They go out there and they're like, It's like, come on, man. Like, I literally just told you, all you do is gotta do this and be done.
It's weird. It's
Like,
weird.
it's not even hard. I literally threw people on straight stuff today, and they still like milk the hell out of it. And I already told you, you'd still get paid for the whole day. Just get it on so we can go home.
Yeah. Still can't.
There's still no motivation. Like, oh, we can go home early and get paid for the whole day.
Yeah, man.
That sounds terrible.
That's just
no, man. I'll just make it last 10 hours anyway.
Yeah, that's just a different mindset. That it deserves to be like you deserve for people to be angry at you if you have that little concern for what you're doing. You know, I think so. I mean, there has to be a standard. It goes back to the military thing where they're like, we're not going to lower the standard so weak ass people can start to get into these like special operations units and stuff. Yeah. Or like, I hate to say it, but like females in certain units. Like if you can't meet what's on this sheet of paper, you're not getting in this group, right? It's that simple, okay? Plenty of people have done it. And if you can't do it, you're just not getting in. We're sorry. That's it. So people that you or I have worked with, or you still work with these people, I've worked with people like this still. You're like, if you don't meet, if you're just not going to put forth this effort and you don't, well, I'm not lowering the standard. I'm not going to just suck up my anger. Like, if I'm going to make this person do this and it's difficult and I see him over there struggling, but he's putting in the effort and he's trying and he's like suffering over there, and I'm giving you the easy stuff and you still can't accomplish or grow or get better. You're being lazy. You're slacking off. Like, who the hell am I to hold back my anger from yelling at you for this or like disciplining you? Like, okay, you don't want to do the easy stuff? I'm going to give you some hard stuff and let's watch you struggle on that then, or you're off the team. Like, you want the crappy job? I can give you the crappy job. Because usually, what we were doing, I'll go out and I'll try to do all the hard things if I could with the crews that I was in the
worst spot today.
Yeah, I'll put myself in the hardest places. And you think if your crew is watching you do that, they're like, oh, I got it easy over here. I'll be grateful. I'll do my job. But it's like some of them, no, it doesn't click. You're like, can't you see what I'm doing over here? Like, why don't I give you this job? Because I'm the boss. I can say that. I can get out of the truck and tell you, get over here and start working on that. And I want it done by the end of the day. We don't have a week on this job. And I'm going to go do that straight stuff down there, okay?
I'm going to go sit in the truck, and you guys can do it all.
And we've known, like, foremen like that, guys that do stuff like that. We've known people who hop out and do stuff like that. It's pretty rare that you have a leader that will take the easy jobs all the time, but we know people who try to wiggle their way through. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man, to be angry at those people, I think it's justified, 100%. I think like you maybe need to do better just expressing it. Let it out, you know, like tell them, listen, you're effing up right here, and I need you to do better. That's I don't know how else to say it. You're not doing your job.
I've had
right
talks
here.
in like the truck even. I'm like, hey man, I'm letting you know right now, I've done this with a crew. I was like, okay, you guys have been here for a while, and I was like nice about it. I was like, I'm expecting you to get a little better now, like maybe try to pick up the pace a little more, you know? Like, I'm not trying to be a dick. I told them that. I just like, we're expecting you to like, you know, pick it up a little bit. You guys, you know, you need to like put a little bit more forth effort, and it worked.
Yeah.
I was just nice about the way I said it, because I know if I'd have been a super dick, they'd probably been like, "Yeah, fuck you."
Right, and that's a good point that you brought up, and I'm happy you brought that up because. And the reason I skipped over the part about being nice about it is because I feel like you've done that already for long enough. Like, we've all gone past the point where we were so nice for so long. That's why I skipped to the anger part where it's like, yeah, you should yell at this guy. But you're right. You should definitely try to, like, be nice in the beginning and try to help him and be supportive. And when none of that is working.
Like, hey, man, we can still be friends. Just like,
come on, help me out here. Like, we're all a team, right? Like. We got to get this done. It's,
make everybody's job easier.
Right. Some people don't get it.
It's the same with the football team. You got to work together to make, to fucking win. If you don't all work together, you don't win.
Yeah, man. It's like a universal, it's a simple thing to understand, but some people just don't, it doesn't click. That drives me nuts.
Yeah, it's usually younger people for sure.
It's Jeep
The
people.
generations have changed for sure.
Bro, it's Jeep people. But yeah, it's younger people too. Yeah, do we know any older people who we used to work with who were just trash and didn't want to put out? Do we know?
I mean, you've had some here. Yeah.
Aaron was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
But I think he still worked.
Yeah, he could still work.
He even still
worked.
I
mean, there's some stuff he wouldn't. Granted, like when it got cold or whatever, because he's from the South, like it was hard for him to do it. He's like, F this,
Put
but
a jacket on, boy. Like he would get drunk, he would get DUIs, he would get all this stuff, but he would still kind of work. As far as I remember,
make it to work.
Yeah,
there's people that can't even make it to work anymore. They're like, I'm gonna drink and then I'm just gonna call in sick.
It's weird, yeah. And it also sucks when you're working at a job where that's like you hate it, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Then it's hard. Like that's what eventually led me to just leave. I had a mental breakdown. I hated it so much. I hated it every single day. It got to the point where having all your friends there, like you guys, I was using that as a reason to stick around for years, man. Like all my friends, like I love these guys. I'm sticking around. But it got to the point where not even that was a good enough reason. I was losing it. I was like, for sure, one of these days I'm going to walk in this office and I'm going to grab Brian by his neck and I'm going to pick him up and I'm going to throw him through the window. Like, I'm going to start hurting people. If I have to keep coming to this place.
You think about the stuff you're going to say when you're like, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think that stuff in your head for sure, man. It's like, I had them days.
It's not good for your... But I always put out when I was there. I worked, even when I was suffering and I hated my life and I didn't want to be there, I still worked. And that's the point. Like, that's what pisses you off about running up and seeing people who don't when they're there. You're like, I get it. You hate it. But guess what? You decided to work here. Now you're going to freaking do this job. And it's not that hard.
The thing is, people's concept of that, so they don't care if they work there or not either, That's the thing.
True.
Like, you could tell them they're done. Some of them are like, okay.
Whatever. Peace.
I'll find go somewhere else.
Yeah, I'll go get unemployment. Like,
that's what gets me too. We've had people that go, and you work with people that have come here like 2, 3, 4 times at this job even. They've come back. It's like, how do these people keep finding jobs?
I never understood that, man. Like, how I've known people who have went and got a job at the beginning of the year.
It's got good people.
Quit that job. Man. Yeah. Well,
they must.
Who knows, man? The job hopping thing, I was never, that always like, ugh, who wants to go through that? Like, and you're like, you have to you have to change all of your, like, I was that person. I didn't want to change over all my I don't want to fill out new paperwork. I don't want to do new drug testing. I don't want to deal with the taxes at the end of the year from me having 3 different like W-2s or whatever. Like, that stuff freaks me out. I'm like, there's no way I'm dealing with all that crap. Like, if I leave a job, I'll go somewhere else. But I'm not going to consecutively go to like 4 other different ones after that throughout the year. Like, you guys are insane, man.
You go to a job and they're like, show me your last 3 employers. I was here for 2 weeks, this job for a week, and this job for 3 weeks.
And then they're asking you, like, what's your resume? They're like, were you here? No, I was there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like, oh, well, this guy's not a good hire. I don't know, man. People like that, I don't get it. I get it, but I don't at the same time. I can't see it from someone else's perspective because of the way I was raised, the way I grew up. Like, it's hard for me to look at these things objectively. I just see it from my point of view. It's subjective. I see that you are a lazy POS and you don't care, and I don't understand that. From your point of view, it might be like you're like, look at these idiots slaving for the man, you know, like those guys, which they're kind of right. Like, you know, like they're looking at us like,
should I just
you idiot.
be like them?
Yeah, you want us to just be slaves like you and work our asses off for like next to no money and freaking be cold and miserable just so our boss is happy? Like, go kiss his. Like, I get it from their point of view if that's what they're thinking. But also, it's like, what else? Like, what the hell else are you going to do? Like, you're not Bill Gates. You're going to have to work, right? Unless you come up with something.
I'm just trying to find a way to make more money, you know? Like, I'm hoping, like, me doing stuff, I'll get paid more money. I make more.
Yeah, man. We're all...
to a point to where I could be comfortable, you know?
Yeah, we're all grinding for better things. Like...
some people just don't want the better things, maybe.
I don't know what the hell they want. I really don't.
Is this a bad video?
Dude, this is a great video. Hey, Justin, this is what you wanted, right? Shout out to Justin. We're talking about some personal things, some life stuff. I don't know. I love you, bro, Justin. I got to hang out with him this winter when I'm back here. But, yeah, just, I don't know, a little bit of our lives. We didn't tell you guys anything about, like, what this job, like, I don't like to do particular stuff, right? I like to talk broadly about this stuff because...
you don't get too personal.
Yeah, like, leave a little bit, first of all, I like to leave a little mystery in everything, and secondly, like, you just don't need to know. Like,
yeah, I mean, we're not like friends.
right? Just pay me on Patreon and stuff, and we'll be cool. But this is like universal issues that a lot, like whatever problems we're discussing that we had at our job, a lot of people can have these same issues at almost any job you go to. It's almost going to happen at every job. These exact same things. Like you're dealing with human beings, and that's where the robots come in, I guess.
Now the robot's going to start pissing out. Man, why are you breaking down? At least you can like hit them and stuff.
I guess, yeah.
Smack it around a little bit.
Oh. Elon.
Okay.
We'll talk.
That was a good video, right?
That was a solid video.
Let's call
Subscribe, everybody. Please. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a comment.
Hey.
Comment if you want us to talk about stuff.
I'll make a promise. We get 20 more new subscribers. Here's the thing. We get 20 more new subscribers. I know what we got right now. We get 20 more. I'll get in some more personal stuff.
Oh, we'll all get in. Yeah, we'll get into some more personal stuff. We get more subscribers.
Yeah. We'll drop some bombs.
We'll get into all kinds of stuff. The more subscribers this show gives, I'm the kind of individual, I'll start giving away free stuff. We'll be giving out merch. I'll be sending you $500. Like, I'm going to do stuff like that on this channel. So, get it. Run the numbers, people.
Yeah. Run them up. Peace.
Peace, love, applesauce. Wait, how's that go?
Crisscross applesauce.
Crisscross applesauce. We're out of here.
Where are the aliens? Maybe they're among us. I don't know.